Okay, I don't know how well you can hear me on this camera. It's a whole different camera. My other one's memory's full and I got time to mess with it. We're getting ready to take care of this. I don't know if you can see it. We got our torch set up. We got our acetylene and oxygen. We're going to take care of this. See how bad that is? Hang on. Sorry if you can't see it. I don't know how to get this camera to focus. Hang on. Let me see if I can get it to focus. Nope. Nope. That one. Nope. Sorry, can't get it to focus. Anyway, this is all full of Bondo. No surprise. There's still some right there, but it's out of the way for now. My dad says he hasn't done this in a really long time, so I wish him the best of luck. While we're waiting on him, put on over here. I got this side pretty well set up. This is all nice and smooth now. At least up there right here. I gotta, when we get done with the welding, and hopefully it goes well, I'm gonna take this little electric bugger here. I got some, that's not, hang on. I got some 320, or 380, 320, whatever it is. And I'm going to go over this area here and try to get it as smooth as possible and proceed to continue on with that. Alright, well, wish us luck. This just goes to show you never know what you're going to find until you try. Go ahead, Mr. R. Peak. Laugh. Oh, that is nasty. It's not my dad's fault. That's all lead. Well, not this part, but this majority of this thing was made out of lead. Look over here, it's all lead. Well, it's all down there too. He put the torch on there, and suddenly it just went blub blub blub. It started just dripping lead, and this whole chunk was lead. I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not. I don't know who did that. But nonetheless, wow, look at that. Wow. Well, that's what happens. Well, we did manage to get one of his our grinders working, so we'll take care of this. We'll get this taken care of, hopefully. Sure looks like it's off, but I guess that's just an optical illusion because it's not like it twisted or anything. There's no weight on this roof besides the tools on it. Anyway, I scraped out the old RTV stuff that was in here. Sorry about the focus. This camera is not really good for videos. But I scraped out the RTV that was in there and I put the seam sealer. Now this was from twice. No, let me rephrase that. I did this one once and I did the other side twice because I screwed up the first time. Let me show you. Basically that side's ready, that part of the car is ready for paint, but I'm not going to paint it. I can prime it, but I think I'm going to wait to prime it after my dad finishes the problem. This side is done and ready for paint. And I'm sure some of you are wondering, why are you painting just that? Why don't you paint the whole car? Well, I don't have time nor the money to paint the whole car. That's just a recap from my previous videos. It needs to be set outside, so this extra primer up here is not necessarily necessary. It's just how wide the spray is. The only part I'm worried about is that far. Way down to this first body line here, and up is I want painted. This I want painted. Like I said, about that much painted. This A-rail painted. Inside too. Over there. And of course that side when that welding's done. And that's all I'm painting for now because, well, that's the hard part. That stuff costs money to have people remove and put back when you're having something painted. Hence why I painted the back window. I'm sure a lot of you when watch this are saying, duh, we already know this. Well, that's just a recap. Anyway, that's for the seam sealer. It's on there, it's sprayed, it's perfect. Perfect all the way down. But there is one little nick. Right there, it's hard to see. Right there. And one more. Right there. Again, sorry about the focus of the camera, it's not really good. Those two little problems, little tidbits taken care of. There's one. There's a little bit of something. Oh man, that's, now that I see it, that's actually a lot worse. I'll figure it out later. I'm tired. I've been working for several hours on the same stuff over and over again. So I'm gonna call it good. There's our torch setup. Yep. Alright, we're done. Hopefully we'll have more tomorrow. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be on my camera, not this one. Okay, thank you. Well, unbeknownst to me, for some reason yesterday, when I was trying to record myself fix these dots and such on my car, which these are actually not the same ones, these are different. I'll explain that later. My camera shut off and told me that the memory was full. So I used our digital camera. There's a dirt dog in here. I used our digital camera to record some of what we did yesterday. Well, during dinner time, I decided to check my camera and see how much I recorded. When I first turned it on, it said I had an hour and 45 minutes left. And I said, wait a minute. Why would the thing tell me the memory's full if it's not? Well, it's one of those mysteries I'll have solved one day, but right now I don't care. My camera's working, and I'm happy with it. Okay, well, on a lighter note, are you guys ready to see how well my dad can weld? Booyah. Look at there. Ain't that something? All this here was metal he put in. Well, not right here. Right here, right there. It's all metal he put in. Ain't that something? He even got the brass spot that was all bulged up there. It's nice and flat now. This is all angled nicely. Correct. It's pretty smooth. It's got some lumps. But, you know, that's what the body putty's for. Pretty good. It's nice and smooth and angled. Now, you want to see how he did it? Well, unfortunately I didn't have my camera at the time, but you can see right there. See what that? See what that is? That's one of these. That's a coat hanger. What's left of one. Basically, what my dad did was this. It was a straight piece and not a bent up one like this. And all about this much between here and here, about that much was the gap. When we put our trim piece up here, I'm putting it in the right place. Bear with me here, sorry. Take the camera. Come on. There we go. Okay. Oops, no, I had it. There's the hole. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay, now, if you look back there, you see there's hardly any gap? Well, that gap went all the way to about right there. It's hard to see because you can see the bottom of this trim piece, but you can see all of it. My dad did a super job on this. You know what that means? I get this all nice and smooth and painted. That's done. Of course, I gotta fill in this part back here, but I wanted to wait and show y'all how much of a gap there was on this thing. What it seems like. Look here, there's another weld spot. You don't see any more along here, but I bet you there's a couple here. If not, probably oh heck, I don't know how much of this roof is probably redone. But we believe if somebody put a roof on this car, not down here, but just pretty much this area all around that. It could have been just a skin. even that's still kind of iffy to me because this is a pretty big piece to be attaching to the roof. Anyway, bottom line is, we finished it. Well, we finished the welding stuff. That is all nice. I'm gonna paint this with some Bondo. I'm gonna paint it with some Bondo. I'm gonna paint this. I'm gonna get this side done first, and then I'll worry about the bottom. So I'm gonna paint this with some oh boy. I'm gonna paint it with some primer. My brain right eventually. I'm gonna paint this with some primer and figure out what spots need to be filled in with the putty, and fill them in after it dries. Sand it smooth, and then I'm gonna paint it with the gray primer. And then after I get that part painted, I'm gonna do this bottom half, get some Bondo filled in there, and that's pretty much all there is. And I'll spray the Bondo. There, I said it again. I'll spray the this whole area with the gray primer, and we'll get it ready for paint. Unfortunately, I gotta go back to work tomorrow. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, whatever. It's fortunate because I get paid, so I can buy more stuff for this car, which I just spent another $40-something. That's okay. I needed it. This is a. Let me show you this piece here. Where's the other trim? Whoever put this. Oops, let go. Sorry. Make y'all sick. Whoever put this roof on this car did not put the gap in here correctly. Be careful, because I just primed this. Sorry, put the camera back on it. Careful, because I just primed it. There we go. If I can get it right place here, down right there. Okay. Anyway, whoever did this car did not do this very well. There's still quite a gap back there, but I think that's because this is twisted. I'll take care of it later. Doesn't have to be perfect. After all, it's not going to be a showroom car, although I'd like it to be. These are just some holes I discovered. This is what I was talking about yesterday. I had some nicks and some holes and some little spots I had to take care of, so it looks okay. Now, I'm not worried about this much of the body. I'm only worried about never mind. I'm only doing that this much. Kind of like what I had before, except I had it way up here. I'm only going to paint about that much. So that's part of the stuff that's got to be put on before we paint the whole body anyway. I got this other piece here. I went up in our attic. That was no fun. Alright, that's close as I can get it while holding it. This is how this goes on there. It pretty much covers the seal with the glass. Same goes for the other side, and there's a piece that goes along the top. Anyway, I'm waiting for this stuff to dry. And while this is drying, I'm going to work on the other side. Down over here. And I'm going to primer this and get this taken care of. And we'll continue on. Okay, here we go.